Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could really shake up the AFC North and send shockwaves through the entire league. It's all about a major trade rumor that's been circulating heavily in NFL circles lately. Yes, we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers making a bold move for A.J. Brown, the star receiver from the Philadelphia Eagles. This isn't just a fleeting rumor. Sources say that the Eagles, who are currently sitting at a 4-3 record, are considering trading Brown, mainly because they're facing some challenges. Their offensive line is getting a bit long in the tooth, and with the cap space a tight squeeze at around $9 million, they're eyeing a strategic rebuild. The idea: trade Brown for a high draft pick, maybe even a first-rounder in 2026, plus a young tight end, Darnell Washington, who's been turning heads with his incredible potential. Now, why would the Eagles do this? Well, it's not just about cap space or roster rebuilds. It's about shifting their focus. They're a team with big ambitions, but they're also a little uncertain about Jalen Hurts' QBR, which sits at 85.2, solid but not spectacular. And their defense, which ranks 27th overall, needs a boost. Adding a proven, physical receiver like Brown could be a way to accelerate their offensive game plan, especially if they focus on extending his contract later on and bolstering their offensive line with the draft pick they receive. Brown, for his part, is a beast. We're talking about a player who's amassed over 300 yards in his career, with 48 touchdowns. His average yards per reception sit at a robust 15.1, and he's a multi-Pro Bowl talent with a PFF grade of 90. One for 2024. What makes Brown such an electrifying player? Well, he's not just big, he's an absolute physical specimen, a colossus on the field capable of taking over games with his incredible YAC, yards after catch, averaging an impressive 7.2 yards per reception in 2025. That's elite. Even with a minor hip injury in Week 4, he managed to rack up 20 receptions of 20 yards or more, showcasing his ability to stretch defenses and turn short plays into big gains. His 2025 stats are impressive: 46 catches, 702 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a reputation for breaking tackles and making plays in clutch moments. Brown's presence alone opens up the field for the Eagles, but it also raises questions about their long-term strategy. Will they extend him? Will they try to build around him more? That's still to be seen, but the potential here is enormous. Now on the Steelers' side, this is big news. Massive, really. Pittsburgh, currently sitting at 4-3, is looking to turn their season around after a somewhat inconsistent start. Adding A.J. Brown would be a game-changer. Imagine the Steelers' offense now with a true deep threat that can stretch the field, complementing their existing weapons. It's a move that could elevate their offense from a middling 20th in the league to a top 8 unit. And that's not just idle talk. The numbers support it. With Brown on the roster, the Steelers could boost their EPA per pass attempt by around 19%. That's a significant increase, and it would make their passing attack much more dangerous. Think about what that means for quarterback Kenny Pickett. With a receiver like Brown, who is capable of explosive plays, Pickett's job becomes easier. He can rely on Brown to win contested catches downfield, and the defense has to respect that deep threat, which opens up running lanes and play-action opportunities. Harris, who's been a steady, if not spectacular, runner with just over 4 yards per carry, would see even more openings. The Steelers' offense could shift from being predictable to explosive, from capable to dangerous, and that's exactly what they need if they want to make a serious playoff push this season. And it's not just about this season. The Steelers have been building for the future, drafting young talents, and trying to establish a culture of toughness and resilience. Adding Brown now would send a message that they're all in for contending right away, especially with the playoffs approaching. The AFC North is fiercely competitive, with teams like Baltimore and Cincinnati also vying for supremacy, but Pittsburgh's defense, especially their secondary, has been a bit porous. They rank 31st in passing yards allowed per game, giving up about 262 yards. That's a problem, no doubt. But acquiring a receiver of Brown's caliber could help mask some of those defensive issues. giving them a more balanced attack and making life easier for their secondary by taking some pressure off. And let's talk about the big picture here. This trade could reshape the division. If the Steelers acquire Brown and see their offense explode, they could leapfrog teams like Baltimore, who's had its struggles, or Cincinnati, which is still trying to find consistency. Meanwhile, the Eagles, if they do trade Brown, might be shifting gears for a rebuild or a strategic retooling, especially if they focus on extending Darnell Washington, who has shown flashes of being a top-tier tight end. Washington's PFF grade of 78. 4 indicates he's got the potential to develop into a key piece of their offense, and pairing him with a future first-round pick could help them strengthen the line and the overall roster. Now, let's take a moment to consider the odds. The Super Bowl odds have shifted recently, with the Steelers moving from plus 2,500 to plus 1,400 in some betting markets. That's a huge jump and reflects the belief that with Brown, they could become a real dark horse contender. Historically, the Steelers have always been a team that emphasizes strong defense and a tough running game. But in today's NFL, having a game-breaking receiver is almost non-negotiable. Brown's addition would give them that element, making their offense more unpredictable and dangerous in big spots. What about the playoffs? Well, Brown's history of dominating in postseason scenarios, averaging around 112 yards per game, speaks volumes about his ability to perform under pressure. If Pittsburgh can get him into their system and keep him healthy, there's a real chance they could make a deep run. His ability to turn routine plays into game-changing moments is exactly what the Steelers need to elevate their playoff chances and make a serious push for the Super Bowl. And let's not forget, this isn't just about today. It's about setting up a future where Pittsburgh's offense is dynamic, multi-dimensional, and capable of matching up against any team in the league. So, folks, what does all this mean? Well, if the Steelers pull off this trade, it could be one of the most strategic moves of the season. It signals their intent to contend now, to go all in on winning another Super Bowl, and to shake up the AFC North in the process. For the Eagles, it's a gamble, trading away a star receiver for future assets and trying to address their offensive line and defense in the draft and free agency. But for Pittsburgh, it's a golden opportunity to add a true game changer, one who can transform their offense overnight. It's a bold move, yes, but one that could pay dividends for years to come. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you think Brown would be the missing piece to finally push the Steelers over the top? Or do you believe they should hold on to their current roster and continue building from within? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters. I'll be back soon with even more updates, deep dives, and analysis on all things Steelers. So stay tuned, keep supporting your team, and let's keep the passion alive. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Steelers.